there's a secret that changes everything. And almost nobody teaches it. Not in school, not at work, not even in most self-help content. But once you learn it, everything becomes easier. Not because your problems disappear, but because you stop wasting energy on problems you can't solve. Here's the truth. You're spending 90% of your energy on things you have zero control over. And that's why you're exhausted, frustrated, stuck. Most people don't lose control of their lives in one moment. They lose it slowly by reacting to things they can't control. The Stoics discovered this secret 2,000 years ago. And it's so simple it sounds obvious when you hear it. But almost nobody actually applies it. Stay until the end, because I'll show you the Stoic secret that will change how you see everything, starting today. And once you understand it, people lose the ability to control your emotions. The secret is this. There are only two categories of things in life: things you can control and things you can't. That's it. Epіктет, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "Some things are within our power, while others are not." Sounds simple, almost too simple. But here's what most people miss. They waste their entire lives trying to control things in the second category, things they have absolutely no power over. And that's the source of almost all their suffering. Let's break it down. Things you can control: your actions, your effort, your response to situations, your thoughts, your choices right now. That's it. That's the entire list. Things you cannot control: other people's opinions, other people's actions, the past, the future, traffic, the weather, whether you get promoted, whether someone respects you, most of what happens around you. Now here's the life-changing part. When you stop trying to control what you can't control and focus all your energy on what you can control, everything changes. Not because external circumstances change, but because you stop fighting battles you can never win. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Most people do the opposite. They ignore what they can control and obsess over what they can't, and that's why they're stuck. The moment you react emotionally, you give control of the situation to someone else. Here's how this plays out in real life. Traffic. You're stuck in traffic. Can you control the traffic? No. Can you control how you respond to it? Yes. Most people waste energy getting angry at the traffic, honking, cursing, stressing. Does it make the traffic move faster? No. Does it ruin their mood? Yes. That's wasted energy on something you can't control. Relationships. Someone doesn't text you back. Can you control whether they text back? No. Can you control how you respond? Yes. Most people obsess. Why didn't they text back? Did I do something wrong? Should I text again? All wasted energy on something outside your control. And the more you obsess, the more power you give the situation. Work. You want a promotion? Can you control whether your boss gives it to you? No. Can you control your work quality? Yes. Most people focus on the outcome, the promotion, the recognition, the result, all outside their control. The Stoic focuses on the input, the work, the effort, the part they control, the only part nobody can take from them, and lets the outcome handle itself. Here's the shift. Stop asking, "How do I make this person like me?" Start asking, "Am I being someone worth liking?" Stop asking, "How do I get this outcome?" Start asking, "Am I doing everything I control to deserve it?" Stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Start asking, "How can I respond to this effectively?" That shift, from trying to control external things to controlling your response is the secret. I used to waste so much energy on things I couldn't control. Traffic made me angry. Other people's opinions stressed me out. Outcomes I couldn't guarantee kept me up at night. Then I learned this secret, and everything changed. Here's what most people never realize. Traffic example. I was stuck in traffic, running late to a meeting. My instinct was frustration. Then I stopped and asked, can I control the traffic? No. Can I control my response? Yes. So I called ahead, let them know I'd be late, turned on a podcast, and stopped wasting energy being angry at something I had zero power over. The traffic didn't move faster, but I arrived calm instead of stressed. That's the difference. Relationship example. Someone I cared about was pulling away. I couldn't control their feelings, but I could control my behavior. So I stopped obsessing over what they were thinking and focused on being the best version of myself, not to manipulate them into staying, but because that's what I control, the outcome. Sometimes they came back, sometimes they didn't. But either way, I wasn't torturing myself over something outside my power. And that alone gives you psychological freedom. If this is landing, subscribe. If you refuse to let other people control your emotions, subscribe. Because this isn't just philosophy. This is a life hack that eliminates 90% of your stress. Work example. I wanted recognition for my work, but I couldn't control whether my boss noticed. What I could control, the quality of my work, my consistency, my effort. So I stopped focusing on whether I'd get promoted and started focusing on doing work worth promoting. The promotion came eventually, but even before it did, I was less stressed because I wasn't obsessing over an outcome I couldn't control. Opinion example. Someone criticized me publicly. Old me would have defended myself, tried to change their mind, lost sleep over it. But I asked, can I control their opinion? No. Can I control my response? Yes. So I didn't respond, didn't defend, didn't waste energy. And their criticism lost all its power. Because I stopped trying to control something I never could. Here's what I realized. Most of my stress wasn't coming from actual problems. It was coming from trying to control things I had no power over. The moment I stopped doing that, my stress dropped by 90%. Not because my life got easier, because I stopped making it harder. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Epіктет taught it as the foundation of all Stoic philosophy. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. That second part is critical. Take the rest as it happens. Not control it, not stress about it, not waste energy fighting it. Just accept it and focus your energy on what you can control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Translation: the obstacle isn't the problem. Your response to the obstacle is what matters. And you control that response. Always. And the person who controls their response cannot be controlled by others. Here's how to apply this. Every time you feel stressed, ask one question. Can I control this? If yes, act. Do something about it. If no, let it go. Accept it and move on. That's it. That's the entire framework. Week 1. You start noticing how much energy you waste on things you can't control. Week 2. You start asking the question, can I control this? And acting accordingly. Week 3. You notice your stress decreasing, not because problems stopped, but because you stopped fighting unwinnable battles. Week 4. You feel lighter, clearer, more in control, not of external events, but of yourself. And that's the only control that matters. Final truth. You can't control the traffic, but you can control your response. You can't control other people, but you can control your behavior. You can't control outcomes, but you can control your effort. And when you focus all your energy on what you can control and stop wasting it on what you can't, life becomes simpler, not easier. Simpler, because you're no longer fighting battles you were never meant to win. This is the secret nobody teaches you, not because it's complicated, but because it requires something most people refuse to do: letting go of control over things you never controlled anyway. The Stoics understood this 2,000 years ago, and it's still true today. Focus on what you control. Let go of what you don't, and watch how much lighter your life becomes. Not someday. Starting now.